Hello and welcome. I'm the Restless Kaiser, and I am over here.
And I'm Woolly Mike, and I am over here. But together we are
Modelling for
Advantage by the power of Grayskull.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Interestingly, it doesn't say He-Man on the front
It
of the
doesn't.
box. It says Masters of the Universe Battleground. We have opened this box this morning, and I've been gluing the models together, and Mike's been reading the rules. So we're going to have a crack at it for about an hour or so tonight, see how we get on. I know as much as you do about this game, possibly less if you've watched the review somewhere. So, Mike, how do we get on with it?
Okay, so we're going to start with 3 characters each. I'm starting with He-Man with a Sword of Power.
Do you want to point to them just because they're not all that clear on camera?
Yeah, this is the He-Man model.
That one I knew, yeah.
He's got a Sword of Power.
Sweet.
I've got Man-at-Arms, Duncan, if you remember his real name from the cartoons.
Not Duncan, Idaho. That's a different show.
Yeah. He's got an arm cannon.
Nice.
And a mace. And over here in the corner, I've got Stratos, the flying guy, and he's equipped with a flamethrower.
Wow, they've got all the gear. Well, I've got Skeletor here. He-Man! And I'm going to try and say that as often as possible. And I've got a Merman here, who's got a trident, and I've got Trapjaw here, who today is only playing with the hook attachment, it seems.
It does,
You can't switch it out for his laser. Skeletor has his Havoc Staff and Magic Blast.
Yeah. So we've got close combat, we've got range weapons, and we've got magic.
All the things.
Okay, so in the adventure there are 5 victory tokens on the board. You'll notice that the board is actually a mirror image. So I've got my 2 victory tokens are here.
And my 2 are here.
And then there's a third one in the middle. The aim of the game is to capture the tokens that are not in your deployment zone.
Right.
Each one of those is worth 20 points.
20.
We have a deck of fate cards, and 2 of them are glory cards.
This is the glory hole, guys.
Woo! Yep. We don't know what the other person's got. They have got bonuses and abilities, and they've also got side missions. We've got a general deck of fate cards. There's 20 of those in there, and we each get 5 of those to start the game.
Does this give us a total hand of 7? Or do I have to
7
keep these separate?
cards. 7 cards. They're fate cards, so that when we play them, they go face down. So I don't know which are your when you play a glory card rather than a fate card. So you're going to.
But I do have to keep them separate.
No, you put them in your hand.
Right.
Because otherwise,
oh right, they are.
You're gonna.
They are different to the front. They say fate on the back.
They all say fate on the back, so you don't know now which are my 2 glory cards.
I'm with you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
I was worried that I also wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But they look different.
Yeah.
There's the look. They're blue rather than yellow on the fate on fate cards.
Okay. The deck comes with hundreds of cards.
Yes, they do.
But for the start of the game, it tells you which 20 to play
with.
with.
Pre-made deck.
And then later on, you add other ones. There's lots more equipment and items. Okay, first of all, we need to work out who's the advantaged person for the whole game. With 1 dice roll. Up, 2,
1.
Okay. Whenever there is a tied card for initiative, I win.
Boo.
So,
I'm just going to catch up with the guys in the chat because it's all popped out. So Rich John was here even before the show. So Commandante says, I have the power, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Games Master's Hobby. This one looks interesting. Childhood memories in plastic. Absolutely. There's 100% why I bought it.
Yeah.
I thought people would be interested in seeing, is it a playable game?
Okay.
Minnie says, hi. A failed paper cut.
Funny you should mention that. I got a blister cutting out all of the scenery from the sprue.
Yeah, the scenery, the sprue gates on the scenery was pretty tough. Failed paper cut is having a giggle, right? So, how do we begin?
Okay, so what we got 3 characters each.
Yeah.
Okay, we take our 7 cards.
Yeah.
And we choose one to play, but we don't put it face up. We put it face down. And now, bearing in mind, each card has got a different initiative value in the top left corner.
That's the number with the arrow.
Yes, the 3 arrows in the top left corner
The 3 arrows in the top left corner is the initiative value of the card. Right.
Okay, so around is where we play an initiative card. Whoever's got the highest initiative card activates a player and uses that card with them.
Right.
Then the lower initiative goes, and then we do that for each character until we've run out of characters, and that's the end of the round.
Right.
So, and also each card has a bonus or some other particular aspect to it.
Yeah.
So we have action points and we have mana points. So I'm going to go and I'm going to start off and I'm going to play this card. I'm not going to show it to Mike. And put it face down on the table.
So I'm going to play this card.
Okay.
Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. So I'm going to turn mine over. And I've got a 7 initiative.
I've got a 2.
Okay.
I've also got some other things written on here.
Okay.
You play through your action then.
So the yellow arrow is I've got 2 action points.
Right.
Okay. I can move with action points, or I can shoot and I can fight.
Right.
Okay. So it also says I've got +2 mana, and I'm going to activate Stratos. So I'm going to pop him out of here. He gets 2 mana points on.
And the mana is personal.
Yeah.
Right.
He has a movement of 6, although I could play a focus token on him, which could boost it to 9, but I'm not at this time. So he's got a nice ranged weapon of a flamethrower.
Right.
So I'm going to move him 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got hexes. And at the end, each character has got a little forward facing, because there is a penalty if you get shot in the back. So you must, after you've moved, you choose which of the 6 hex facings you're going to go.
There's like a little line on the front of the base.
Because I've now played that, I've put the fake card face down over my character to show that he's been activated.
Okay.
And that concludes my first character action.
Alrighty. So I could move twice, could I?
Yes.
And how far do you move?
On your character, he has a green boot, and he has 2 numbers. One is his normal move, and his other is if you use focus.
Right.
You can put a focus token on each turn for one character, and it aids him, but then it eventually disappears.
Okay. I'm going to activate Merman.
Yep.
And he's going to move 5. Can I move? Do I have to go around these?
If you go over the terrain to land on the other side of it, it costs you 3 movement points.
3 movement points to move 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And make sure you choose the direction you're facing.
Where's his arrow? I want to face He-Man.
Okay.
So that's used now. That said, does that mean I can use one mana?
You put 1 mana card by token on his character.
Right.
Because each character has got special abilities, and they may take 1 action point at a number of mana. So there are 2 skills on the Merman card.
Yeah. Instant Puddle and Freezing Ray.
Yeah, and each one of them's got down in the corner. It tells you how many mana it costs.
Right.
To use them.
So I got 1 because there's 1 at the top, and I got another 1 because at the bottom it says I can choose to take that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we go back to our 6 cards.
Subs has just pointed out fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword.
They were.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah. But I'm already playing with He-Man. Adam's already done the business, so.
Are these models 28 mil? They're not 28 mil, and they're probably bigger than 32. They would fit in Warcry. They would work
Yeah.
for Warcry. Well, the bad guys ones would anyway. They look like Warcry, some of the Warcry cults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very much proportional as well. There's no heroic build on these. He-Man's thighs are actually a normal size. If you ever saw the Mattel model. So, okay. So second character.
Second, I need to draw again. Now these gold cards, glory hole cards.
Yeah.
Do I get them each turn as well?
No, you never get any more back. You just keep. You've just got the 2, and they've got victory points on them. But bearing in mind, when you play them, they stay face up on that character. Okay, so you put it over the character and it stays face up, and then only that character can then claim it if you play it. So in this section, we're now going to choose a card. If you choose a glory card as your activation, you put it face down.
Yeah.
At the moment, because these have been used, they're face down, and they will go to the discard pile at the end of the turn. The glory card will stay there for that character to complete a submission, which is written on the card.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to play this card.
So I'm going to play this card.
Okay.
Skeletor.
You don't play it. You after we revealed it, you then choose which character you're activating.
Okay.
I'm playing an 8.
I'm playing a 4.
Because there, if you'd chosen Skeletor and you had a low initiative, and I could come and get him, then you wouldn't. So you're choosing the character. I'm playing this on Adam. Okay, during this activation or interruption, if the character attacks results in 4 or more stars, gain 1 other action. Okay. So he's got 2 actions or 1 mana, but he's not allowed to gain mana from glory cards.
Or fate cards?
Yeah. So either card, he can't. There are other ways of him gaining mana, which will show. And I'm going to do the same thing as you. So Adam's got 5 moves, so he's going to go 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason for that is if you're next to a token at the end of the turn, and there is nobody around that token, you claim the token, and that's 20 points. So I'm there. I don't have a ranged weapon.
And you've used both your actions anyway.
And I've used both my actions,
Okay.
So your card.
So Skeletor gains 3 mana and has 2 actions.
You can only ever have 5 mana as a maximum, just as a...
Okay. So my Magic Blast, has this got a range of 12?
It has.
And if the target has less mana than the attacker, then gain +2 on the dice roll.
Okay. So there are 2 rulers. One goes to 12 and one goes to 16.
You don't count the hexes, you just do the range.
Yeah. It's just...
Okay, so that's 7.
Yeah.
And a range 12. So do I just roll 1 dice here then?
Okay, you're doing magic. So on your character's card, it should have a yellow star.
Oh yeah.
And a number next to it.
5.
That's 5 dice.
5 dice.
Okay. Now each attack has a scope to it.
Yeah.
And there are modifications that can affect it. But for normal things, a scope is 4. Okay, so every dice of a 4+ is a success.
Right.
Okay, but you've got there was a bonus to that because I don't have any mana. What was the
+2
to each dice roll?
If the target has less mana than the attacker after you've spent on this spell, gain it says +2 and then this picture of a dice.
Right, and how much is the spell cost in the blue mana token?
1, and I've got 3.
Okay, so spend your mana. And you've got more mana than Adam or He-Man.
So now I've got 5 dice looking for 2s.
Yes.
He-Man! That looks like 4 successes.
That's 4 successes. So I now get defense.
Ah.
And I get 3 defense.
And you get 3 defense because
that's what it says on his helmet icon.
That's the helmet stat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no adaptation. So focus is 4s. So I stopped 2 of them.
So I have 2 successes, and that does 1 heart according to this.
Sorry, because that was a magic attack. It's the purple helmet, which is mine, but it's also a free. So there's physical attack and mental attack.
Okay.
And how many went through? 2.
It's only 1 heart. There's a little chart here shows me how much damage I have.
So for each weapon, 1 success is not necessarily 1 wound.
Yes.
So
and also, which I hadn't realised, is the spell has got a base -1. So it was actually only +1 to the result.
Right.
That's still okay because I rolled.
So Adam takes a heart.
Yeah.
He's got 5 hearts.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it again, though, aren't I? He-Man! And that is 4 successes again. No, 3 successes.
3 successes. I still get 3 defenses. And I stop 2 again.
And I need 2 to be successful, so that's no damage, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 actions.
Yeah.
And then I got +1 on skill test, but I didn't make a skill test this turn. So I can take another mana, which I will.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So that's that card. So you put it face down on the character that's been or next to it.
I'll zap you with my magic power. Oh, we choose another card for the.
Yeah, we've still got a character left.
Still got a character left.
I'm going to play that card.
I'm going to play this card.
Okay. I've got an 8 initiative.
I've got a 7.
Right. So I do gain 1 initiative.
Because.
Sorry, 1 mana because of the card is
right. No, it's when you said initiative.
Yeah. And 2 actions. If this character had a focus at the beginning of this activation or an interruption, gain 1 action and 1. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my first action. Look in that direction. And I'm going to zap you with my arm cannon.
That just doesn't seem fair.
Okay. So the arm cannon has a range of 12.
Yeah.
And I think I'm in range. Okay. Man at Arms has a perception skill of 4, so he rolls 4 attack dice. And there are no modifiers to this, so 4 dice. And I've hit with 2. And so your physical save, so
this is against Merman.
Yes.
So Merman has got 3 defense.
Yeah.
He's got 3 under the helmet.
Yeah.
Here we go. And that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so the arm cannon, 1 success is 1 heart.
You only got 2 successes,
yeah.
And I got 2 successes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is that if I've got 1.
All right.
Yeah. 4 successes is 2 hearts, so
it's not that great.
Yeah. Okay, so that turns over. Now what we do is none of those were glory cards. Oh, sorry. Yes.
So Trapjaw over here is really wondering what he's done with his laser cannon attachment to his arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it today. He's a bit disappointed with that. So he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, how far does he move? He moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes to there, facing that way, and he takes 2 mana and an extra 1 on this card.
Yeah.
So he's got 3. So we can do all of the special abilities next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the end of the turn. Now, the victory conditions to claiming a token is you must be adjacent to a token.
Right.
There must be no enemy model in a hexagon adjacent to you, and there must be no enemy model in a hexagon adjacent to the objective.
So neither of us can claim.
So neither of us can claim it. So we didn't play any glory cards, so our 3 fate cards go to the discard pile.
And we have a separate discard pile.
Yeah, and then we replenish.
Ah, I don't know why I'm shuffling. That's a habit. I shouldn't be shuffling, should I?
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So my card, I'm playing a glory card with 2 initiative.
Okay.
And I'll get to tell you the text. One of your characters to end its activation in the enemy deployment zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got 2 initiative, and it's just 2 actions and a bonus action or a bonus mana.
Yeah. So as previously determined, on a tie, I get the bonus. So I'm going to play it on Stratos, and it's 3 actions. He moves 6 squares, hexes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what am I going to do with my 3rd action? Nothing, because I've got no. Oh, I've got 2 mana, and an action point left. No, it's not going to work. However, he's finished his activation in the enemy deployment zone, which is that set of walls.
Yeah.
So I've got 10 points.
Okay. Right. I think Merman wants to beat down on He-Man.
He does?
Yeah. So he's got some funny abilities. So let's have a look at what these do. So one is place a marker, which I'm not clear on what that's supposed to be.
It's the Merman token.
Place a Merman token within 8 inches of the area within 2 X's. This is treated as difficult terrain. Ah, right. So I create difficult terrain.
Yeah, so seaweed or a net of some sort, I suppose.
Yeah. Test my magic against someone else's magic resistance within 12. And then 1 success equals the movement malice.
Yeah, so that's encumbered. So there's positive buffs and there's negative buffs.
And
So,
and how much would that slow you down?
Debuffs. That's a crippled action. Bear with me. Listed here. Here we go. While a character has this debuff, their speed value is reduced by 2. A character ignores this if they start to turn into difficult terrain.
I'm going to try and put He-Man into difficult terrain. So I'm going to do, so this is the instant puddle. It's cost me 2 mana.
Okay.
And
did you gain anything for your activation card?
No.
Okay.
Well, I can take potentially 3 activations. So I need to do a 3 dice test. I've got a success. With the success, I place my Merman token. So I'm pasting it on He-Man. So him and 2 squares within him.
2 hexes.
2 hexes.
Which includes yourself.
Which includes myself, yes. But what does difficult terrain do?
Okay, starting your turn in difficult terrain costs you 2 movement points.
Oh, right. It's not that big a deal.
No.
Okay. So I'm then going to use an action to move to here.
So that's 3 movement points.
Yeah. And then I'm going to hit He-Man in the face with my 3rd action from this initiative card. I've got a strength value of 4. Is that right? That's the like He-Man looking stat.
Yeah, the He-Man stat is 4, yeah.
Yeah, and I get +1 to the dice if the target's in difficult terrain.
Yeah.
And I get 4 successes.
And I get 2 stops.
So 2 hits is 2 wounds.
Ouch. He-Man's not looking good.
That was...
Yep. So
there, you're in my instant puddle.
So face down now because he's been activated.
Face down because he's been activated. Yep.
Yep. So.
When does the game end?
4 turns. So this is turn 2.
Oh. Yeah, that's different. That's really different. Prince Adam West, he Batman. Yes. Skeletor freedom fighter thrown off the chains of Prince Adam and tyrannical feudalism. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I need to pick a card.
You need to pick a card. Pick a
4
card.
turns. That changes things up a lot. Do I get victory points for killing He-Man?
You get victory point equal to the total value of the character in their card.
And where's that listed?
It's on the listed.
Let's just ignore that for the moment then. Right.
So looking at the table, He-Man with the Sword of Power is currently at 22 points.
Is that all? He's a bit of a chump, isn't he? If the character has... What's that purple marker?
Focus. You can have 1 focus counter on active on the table. So you give it to 1 character.
And I can do that freely and at will?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I've got my card.
Okay. I'm going for a 6 and 3 action points.
I'm going for a 2 with 2.
Okay. I'm going to go for man-at-arms, and his first action is to use his Master Tactician.
Master Tactic Ian.
Yep. So I'm going to use my magic power. So it's 2 dice, and each dice is +1 to it. Each success, sorry, if I get 1 success, the next ally activated gains 2 mana. Okay, so it's going to cost me 1 mana and 1 action to cast this.
But if it works, then He-Man gets mana.
Yeah.
Sorry, He-Man will be dead then.
Yeah. Both successful. And so I spend the 1 point, but he's now going to be bonused. And for my second action, I'm going to shoot Merman. Now, I can shoot into cover. I just need to check. Where's the Okay, so when I shoot at somebody that's in close combat, the scope is decreased by 1. So where it would normally be a 4, it becomes a 5.
Right.
Okay. So also, I'm going to fire my cannon twice. When you use an action to shoot, it takes 1 action point. If you want to fire a second time, it costs 2 action points. So you need 3 action points to shoot twice in a normal round. However, the arm cannon attacks with this weapon costs 1 less action.
To a minimum of 1.
To a minimum of 1. So I've got 2 actions left. So my first action is at a minimum of 1. My second one would be 2 action points, but because of that card, it's at 1. So he has 4 shots. Okay, but it's in close combat, so we're looking at 5s now and not 4s. And I've got 1.
Did you need 2 to do damage?
1 is 1 heart. So you've got your save.
Oh, I've got my save, and you're firing at Merman, who has a physical save of 3 dice.
He saves.
He's got 1.
Okay. And then my third action is to shoot again. Again, 2 hits.
And again, 3 defense dice. So 1 goes through, right?
Yep.
And the wounds are
the red ones.
The red ones. Merman got dinged up.
Yep.
Now, what you just said about weapons, does that include spells? Should I not have been able to zap you twice with Skeletor last time?
You had 3 actions on that card.
I'm not
sure. Oh no, so you had 2 actions, but you didn't move.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not arranged so it doesn't escalate.
Sorry. Yes, it should have done, but it was past now. So
yeah. I'm just checking for the future. Yeah.
Yes, the second spell should have been at scope 5.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So your character, are you activating?
So on that basis, I'm still going to activate Skeletor.
Yep.
And I'm going to put my focus on Skeletor, so he's going to gain 2 mana instead of 1.
Yep.
Whoops. Put that there, and then I'm going to zap He-Man.
Yep.
So my magic is 5 dice. And I get +1 because I've got more mana than you.
Yep, but you get -1.
Yeah, so it's a net +1. So 3s. So 4 hits.
This is magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 wounds.
You block 1.
Yeah, so 2 go
so
through.
I get 3, so there's 2 wounds, yeah? Is He-Man dead?
He-Man's done.
Yes! He-Man!
He's taking a rest. That's 22 points to 10.
And I've still got another Went.
Yeah.
So I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how far Skeletor moves.
Okay. So remove the fake cards. Oh no. You've still got a guy to activate because He-Man's out. I should play a card, but I have to pass.
Oh, really?
So this is Trapjaw now.
Activation and action is not the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think this other thing was possible. Okay, so I will get rid of. Who's it going to be?
It's Merman who's playing because he hasn't been activated yet.
I'm going to play this terrible one on. It's Trapjaw, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm going to get 1 action and I'm going to get 3 mana out of this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move. I've got to stay 2 in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go.
Okay.
And then again 2, 3. Mana.
There's 3 there already out, popped out. Okay, so in the cleanup phase,
yeah,
Merman claims a token.
Merman claims a token?
Yeah.
Does he take that one?
He takes that one.
Oh, so you run around with these things. You're like, I've got the flag, I've got the flag.
Yeah.
But you can't pick up your own.
Yeah. So you're now on, it's now 42 to 10.
Yeah, round 3. Come on.
Round 3. So I've got to take 2 cards.
Because, Clueless Mike, we opened the box this afternoon. The glue's still wet on some of these models. One of them is downstairs unassembled.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we were running out of time. Skeletor versus Mumra. Who wins? Mumra's definitely got a better intro sequence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Skeletor's a legend, right? Skeletor's a legit meme.
Yeah.
So
I'd go Mummy over Skeleton anytime.
So discard pile.
Yeah. Replenish.
Draw back up to 5.
Yeah. Oh, you should have 7 cards.
I should have 5 fake cards, right?
Yeah, 5. You haven't used a glory card yet, so
no.
Yeah.
You haven't seen how hopeless my glory cards are, mate. Right.
So
this game reckons it takes up to 2 hours. We're already on.
And this is the test game, remember, we're only playing 3 characters.
Ah, yes. Yes, I was thinking if 4 turns, we're going to be done. Right, okay.
So Orko and Ram Man are in the dugout for.
There's already expansion kits for this, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I need to pick a card. Pick a card. Ooh. How much mana has Stratos got?
2.
What are active skills?
They're ones that are always available to you.
They're these things on the cards.
Yeah. So some of them don't have a cost.
Right.
Yeah. So
going to use this one. All right.
Yeah. 5 initiative.
1.
Right. 3 actions and gain 2 mana.
That's a really powerful card.
It is. And I'm giving it to Stratos.
You're going to take 3 actions?
Yeah. Am I within 8 of you?
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to flamethrower you twice because I've got 3 actions. So 1 action for the first flamethrower and 2 for the second. Okay. So I get 5 attack dice.
You get 5 attack dice because that's what it says.
That's what it says on his perception roll. Okay, but because it's a flamethrower, I lose 1 dice.
Right.
It's got a -1 on the card. And so the first one, none. Not good. And the second one, 3.
So this is a physical attack.
Yeah.
Skeletor's got 3 dice. Stops 1.
Okay.
So 2 successes.
So 2 successes is 1 heart.
Ooh. 1 heart. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to activate Skeletor. So he gets 1 action out of this and 2 mana. And another mana.
Can only have 5.
Yeah.
So he gets 1 mana.
Ooh. And I get this immediately.
Yes.
I can't use these abilities beforehand.
No.
Right, so it goes up to 5 and he then uses 1 to zap you.
Yeah. So you
Back down to 4.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's 4 hits.
I've only got 3 defense. And then I don't stop any of them.
With 4 successes, you get 2 damage.
He has 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's Skeletor's activation.
Yeah.
Who can they not see? They can only see 2 of my guys. Oh, yeah, you can't see Trapjaw's in that corner.
Yeah. He's hiding. I've got to play that one.
Oh, yeah, pick a card. Because you played the Stratos thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to play this one.
Okay. I'm playing at 5 initiative with 4 action points.
I'm playing a 6 initiative with 3 action points. So
your choice of who you're playing.
So, I can only have up to 5 of them. You'd said that previously.
Yeah.
My abilities here are pretty useless. Yeah. So he's got 3 actions though. So you can move 1, 2, 3, 4, and attack 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack man at arms from here.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a chump, this guy, you know. He's only got 3 attack dice, but he gets +1 for his hook attachment.
+1 dice.
+1 dice, not +1 to the dice.
If there's a picture of a dice with +1 on it, that's +1 dice. Because the hook's more deadly.
Right, so this Skeletor thing should have been plus and minus dice then.
Yeah.
Not plus and minus focus. Right. So we've been doing that wrong the whole game. Right, so +1 dice, so he gets up to 4 dice. On 4s, 2 hits.
Okay, I get 4 defense.
Man-at-arm's got 4 defense.
4 defense, and I've saved 3 of them.
Yeah, okay. So can I move again? I've got 3 actions.
If you step away, then I get a free hit on you.
Okay.
But you've got another round of close combat.
Does that not require 2 actions? This guy is a total chump.
It doesn't say there's a so and each melee is one action.
Okay. So I will hit you again. So I've got 4 dice then, looking for 4s. 1 hit.
4 dice, saving.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so.
And that was him.
Right. Right. Man at Arms has got 5 moves and 4 actions. So my first action is I'm going to give you a thump.
Okay.
With 4 dice. Hang on. Oh, I want to use a mace. Yes, I'm going to use the mace. So I lose an attack dice. And I have 1 success.
I've only got 2 defense dice. I have 1 success.
Yeah. Now, the reason for that is that if I'd succeeded with a higher number of successes, I can actually knock you back.
Right.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all my remaining moves, which is going to take me from where I am to the...
Why have you got so many moves?
Because I've got 4 actions.
You've got 4 actions, so you used 1.
Yeah.
And you've got a movement rate of
5.
So you can make 15 squares. Okay.
Which means I can actually step over and land on the flag.
Okay.
However, I'm disengaging from a close combat.
And
I've got to go there. So you get a free attack.
Okay.
Although it's an opposed attack. So
3 hits.
2 saves.
With the hook, that's 1 damage.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And that's my activation.
So then for my last trick,
Merman, who's going to come and I'm going to actually, when I finish my turn, I'm going to make sure I'm facing that way because I don't want you shooting me in the back. Initiative doesn't matter, it's just what the card does for you. And remember, you're in your own Tanglefoot, so it's 2 less movements. Oh no, sorry, you're starting your turn in difficult terrain, so you ignore it.
I think we'll take the 2 actions and we're just going to run over to that flag.
How many moves?
He's got a base 5, so that'll be 10 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That's the end of that turn.
It's the end of round 3, right?
End of round 3. You claim a second token.
Yeah.
I claim a token.
It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we collect up.
We collect up the cards, but based on the fact that you're going to capture another token, I'm going to be contesting a token. I'm going to concede the game because I can't win.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, well, well. So, fun facts about that game. I had knock enemy out with a ranged attack. Don't have a single ranged attack.
No.
I've got a magic attack.
Yeah.
And melee attacks. And then I had use at least 5 mana in a turn. And I wasn't sure that I could do that. I mean, I could, but only just. And I should have done that with Skeletor.
Yeah. So my other glory card was use a melee action to knock out an enemy for 20 points.
Nice. I would have liked that one.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Mike?
As a quick and easy game with everything set up for us, I like it. However, I've got 90 cards to choose 20 from.
Yeah.
And there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more glory cards. So you can choose.
Were the glory cards supposed to be chosen by the player?
No, the 2 that you've got have got the start here token. So why you've got that one, I'm not sure.
Have we maybe got the wrong ones for the wrong side? Were they color coded?
Yep, they are.
As in, should these? I mean, you had the. I don't have ranged attacks, right?
Yeah.
But these have got purple background, so it looks like they are supposed to be mine.
And mine have got the red star.
Yeah.
So they are the right.
I mean,
cards.
that is what that sort of arrow means, right? Is that what that means? Knock somebody out with a ranged attack?
Yeah, it's a ranged attack.
And I don't have one.
You don't have a weapon as a ranged attack. No, that's a strange. Because you've got a magic attack, and the others have got fists for melee.
Yeah.
So that cannon does have the arrow.
Yeah, so that's a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why you've got you could never get those 20 points. So it's
because maybe it means the opposite of what I think it means. Oh no, it says use a ranged attack.
Use a ranged attack. Yeah.
It's not kill someone who has a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a main thing.
But yeah, the deck building is going to be quite considerable. And then again, if we look here, we've got the other character cards, and then we've got all of these different weapons that you can buy for costs.
Yeah, and you're supposed to build yourself a team, right?
Yeah. So on the back of this, it's got all of the costs and the various builds and everything else. So as a skirmish game, I like it. You can build the decks, you know, like there. You can burn a low initiative card if you've already killed somebody or taken them out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, these initiative cards are really interesting because they do a lot more than just decide player order, right?
Yeah.
They've got power associated with them. Now, it depends how well balanced they are when it comes to the others. Do we just all end up with a deck of a lot of high initiative ratings and 3 actions and no mana or whatever?
10 initiative, 1 action and 2 mana. 10 initiative, 1 action, 1 mana. 9 is 1 and 1. And as we saw there's a couple of low cards you're getting. Of course, the other thing is we haven't even opened them yet. There's additional items.
Additional items.
Yeah. So
by the power of Grayskull, exactly, mini warmer. Yeah. Now I think that the standard game is 50% larger, isn't it?
Yes.
Than this. I seem to remember seeing in someone else's reviews that you can take all of the 5 basic guys and their default equipment within the requirements of the suggested game. So I mean, a next step for us is to look at that we played like a 2/3 size game.
So we played the quick game out of the starter book.
Yeah.
But there's the Battleground book, and it says for a standard game, each player's force cannot exceed 100 points. So in this, He-Man was
a chomp in this, mate. That's how I'm telling you. Ran into the middle and got stomped.
22. Man-at-Arms 18, 20, 23, and Stratos was 19 points. So we're playing around about 65 to 70 points there. So you could take less people and more equipment. I think there are rules on how many melee weapons and how many ranged weapons you can take. There is a whole deck of spells that you can take. So how many spells you can take, I'm sure, is dictated by the cards as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, the scenery is really, really heavyweight.
Yes, it is, surprisingly.
It's nice and solid, but it's a hell of a thing to cut out. The sprues are really, really heavy, and the sprue gates are really thick. Just trying to clip them with side clippers, you've got to cut, twist, but they are solid enough that they're not going to bend or flex.
Yes. In stark contrast to the miniatures, which are some very fragile components. You want to show them Evelyn?
Yeah.
Just put her up by the camera so they can see. So she's got down a bit, Mike. Down a bit. There we go. She's got one of those stupid spear type arrangements you get on some models, where the hand is attached to the spear but not the arm. And what that means is it's going to fall off repeatedly.
It's a little Orko. But similarly, I think you said the same thing with Merman as well. He's in an interesting pose.
Well, because his wrists are quite a lot thicker than Evelyn's, it isn't quite so bad. And he's even keyed a little bit, which wasn't strictly necessary. But this guy was really difficult to put together because there's a lot of weight falling down on things you have to glue. The two arms are separate. And then he's standing on one leg at a funny angle as well. So he took quite a while to build, just waiting for glue to dry.
Because it all looked good. Because when I was looking in the build guide, He-Man's body front and back is the legs can be.
They're all about 5 to 8 parts.
Yeah, and he's by far the easiest. But yeah.
But that combined with the thickness of the plastic, it is quite hard, heavy-duty plastic that these are made out of. You're sort of cleaning up, you needed to be quite careful. And they are in that kind of modern GW style. Sub says it seems perfectly average as a game. I think it's all right as a game.
Yeah.
I think if you got into it, there's a lot of development if you wanted to.
Yes.
I kind of wish there was a bit more pre-made, so that we could play 3 more missions without having to do too much more thinking.
Yeah.
And being a lot more invested in the characters themselves once the models are painted and so forth. Because we were concentrating on just understanding how the bloody game worked today. I think it's a game that I could enjoy. But yeah, I wouldn't be waxing lyrical about it. It wasn't terribly expensive. For a He-Man nostalgia hit as a club game, it seems all right.
Yeah, if you said there's already expansions, but they
don't need them.
No 2 games are going to be the same once you start building the deck. So, yeah, I'd play it again.
Spears. No, there's no warping. The plastic's pretty hard, heavy-duty plastic. It's not going to bend. It's more attaching a wrist on a woman, on a slender woman. It's a very, very weak connection point to hold the weight of all that spear. The miniatures look really good. Yeah, I think assemble, and you're not seeing them at their best on this. This is only a webcam that you're looking at here, and they are in the plastic. I am going to at least speed paint Skeletor quite soon because he's about 3 colors from memory, and the bleach bone's all right. I'm not sure about the blues and purples though. We'll have to see. and one of them's still downstairs.
Yeah.
Which one is downstairs?
Triclops.
Triclops. So you don't get Beastman in this. I was betting on.
Yeah.
I thought he was the main guy.
And no, but Battle Cat.
No. So there was a slip of paper in it that said something about Battle Cat and He-Man being
A tournament award.
A tournament prize or something. I don't know. This game does say stuff about tournaments.
Yeah.
And I can see why it's with all these extra cars. There's a lot of pre-game work you could do, fixed number of rounds for scoring arbitrary points rather than kills. It looks like it has been built as a competitive game, which is not especially what I'm looking for out of it. But and I enjoyed it. I'd play it again. There's definitely an Orko there, mini Walmart. Yeah, it's 100%. He's right there.
There he is.
On his own flight stand and everything.
With the bubble in it.
Yeah, he's probably the nicest of the miniatures, I think. And was definitely the easiest to put together.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope this was of some value to those of you thinking about spending your money on this game. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Mike, for reading the rules while I get the models together. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.